Hello, everybody, and welcome to unMadeGaming. It is Tuesday, and that means it's time for us to die in the North Seat. I mean, play the North Seat. With me here is the usual cast and crew, so let's go around, get these introductions done so that Ethan can quickly kill us with a giant plant monster, and then we can, I don't know, go play Overwatch or something? I'm not sure what's going to happen. We'll figure it out. So, with that, let's jump right over to Ethan. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And tell us about the North Seat.
Hello, I'm Ethan, or Super Robot Bear on the Twitter, where you can find all the things that I do. I got links and whatever to find this, the module, the North Seat, that I'm writing / have written. It's 2/3 complete. You can get the first book for free, the second book on drive-through or Roll20. Third book on the way, and it's spookier.
Sweet. If you guys want a copy of the North Seat, there is a link in chat for you guys to go purchase that or get the free PDFs in drive-thru right there. It is definitely worth it. Also, there's modules on it for Roll20, so go check those out. Yep. Super good times. Let's jump right over to Miss Ginger Ninja. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
I am X with Ginger Ninja. I'm going to be reprising my role as Ren, who is a dragonborn sorcerer of the White Dragon. She had a lot of fun, making friends and fighting from the ground, which is a new technique that she's looking into and seeing if it works for her.
Try and master it.
And I think one thing she remembers from last episode is flailing on the ground while just shooting things, and then she eventually hit and killed the last enemy. So she thinks she went out like a champ.
Dope. Let's jump over to Bird. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Hey folks, I'm Bird You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at that same exact name. I'm going to be playing Salim, the Maritane warlock, who is a former slave turned guardian and keeper of the witch Ren. And a very interesting thing he did was discover some mushrooms he is convinced are going to be quite delicious that he cannot wait to feast on. We'll see how that actually goes after this combat that we're all going to be fine during.
True.
We're all going to be all right.
True.
Maybe you should take them first.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they're
really
performance enhancing.
Never fight on an empty stomach.
Maybe you already took them.
Maybe they're performance enhancing.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Maddie,
I have
save
contact
us.
high.
Who are you? Where can we find you, Maddie? And who are you playing today?
Hello, I'm Mad Fishmonger. You can find me on the internet as Mad Fishmonger. And I am playing Cardis, who is a Titan odd blood. She is a bard. She's incredibly tall, and she has massive horns on the top of her head. One thing I think I remember was that she totally thought that she could take the creatures that we were fighting, the
horror.
Totally thought she could take it. Could not take it. So lesson learned.
Don't fight hook horrors. Got it.
Right, yes.
Perfect.
Don't do that. Up close. That's bad.
Right. And I will be reprising my role as Vestian, who is the de facto leader of the party because he's the best. At least that's what his dad tells him. And I remember keeping the whole party alive long enough to get all of that juicy boar meat back to town. Perfect.
Except two or three.
Don't tell my dad. Anyway, before we jump into things, a word from our sponsors. Guys, we have sponsors. This entire season, all three shows, is brought to you by Dice of Rolling. Go check those guys out. It's a full set of polyhedral dice. They are color-coded, and they are perfectly numbered for D&D 5e. If you want to roll that fireball, you scoop up all those D6s and you roll that damn fireball. If you type in the code UMG for them when you buy the dice, you get $1 off, and you kick back some cash to us. So go check them out. They are our dope sponsor, and the creator is actually playing one of our games on Thursday, so go check them out as well. With that, I'll remind you guys, you can donate to save our lives. Please save our lives. Guys, can you save our lives? In the donation section down below, because we're about to die. For Nat 1s, Nat 20s, all kinds of fun stuff, items, all kinds of sweet gear. And with that, Ethan, kill us? Let's play North Seat.
Right. Okay. So, as we left last time, you guys had entered upon sort of a vine-covered cave with a beam of sunlight coming down from what you can see is like a rope and a bucket, and then you were going to go investigate some bones covered in all that ivy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ivy came alive,
Mm-mm.
and it started talking to you, and it pretty much wants to eat your face and the rest of your body.
Mm-mm.
Now, this is a shock,
Mm.
and unlike other horror games, when you're in shock, you have to roll like sanity checks. Typically, how I do it is that it gives you something called a second wind, which I allow you to take a short rest immediately, because you go into fight mode.
I would like to point out to chat that you said, unlike other horror games.
Yeah.
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 Meaning that this is a horror game.
There's some horror.
Mm.
Well,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
there's some spooks.
Gonna roll my hit dice now. Fuck yes. I'm on fire. I have the most hit points.
Yeah.
I'm good. Not so much.
All right.
Not
And then
not great.
we are immediately jumping into combat.
Mhm.
So if
Mhm.
you guys want to roll some of the initiatives,
I don't.
I mean, you don't have to fight, but they will fight you still.
Derek, you're not doing great today.
I'm trying my best. These mushrooms are kicking in, man.
That was your short rest. You're like, oh no, giant plant monster. It'll see me with the plants. Oh god. That's terrible.
Good news.
Is it?
They rolled real low.
Okay.
Well, half of
It's
them.
okay, so did I.
Extreme
Blind Blade
same.
still goes after you, so...
Aha. Get wrecked.
Alright, so... Artist, what you saw was these vines tangle up and start talking to Vesden, and then there was this sort of like... The thing that sits standing right next to you, that needle one, it's
Mhm.
basically like a stalk, and then a maraca, except there's little holes in it. And also spines on the ends of the maraca.
Oh damn
And
it.
it's rattling at you.
It's a cactus maraca.
Yeah,
Not here.
basically.
Oh boy. It's a vibrating cactus maraca. Got it.
Oh, wait, Vesden.
I changed my I forgot to click on my token.
Got it. There you
That
go.
clear it up for you, Maddie? Is that a good visual?
Yeah,
Fine
yeah.
maracas. Okay.
I would definitely have my rapier out.
Mhm.
This thing is right next to me,
Yeah, it just right next to you.
and I feel like it's definitely going to attack me.
It looks like it's trying to like bend backwards, and it might slam into you on its turn.
Alrighty, it's getting the sword.
They got some sword, or
Oh,
as the Northlanders say, sword.
for minimum damage, huzzah!
You still poke it,
Yeah.
and like you notice when you poke it, some like it breaks through some of the shell, and some sharp pokey things fall out of the hole.
Uh-oh.
I don't like that at all.
No, you guys be careful with these. Yeah, and if it's still up, I'm not gonna move. So that will
Anything
be...
else? Any?
I will
archery?
look over to Vestin and I will say, Vestin, you are a mighty warrior. You got this. I will give you a bardic inspiration.
This is true. I am my warrior. You're right. Thank you for acknowledging that.
And it would be your turn, Vestin.
You're right.
You
It
should
is.
acknowledge that you're a mighty warrior.
I am mighty warrior. I acknowledge it. I appreciate your rightness. And I'm gonna move forward and jam my battle axe into its face, like right
All right.
in and around its face. And that is bardic inspiration, right? That goes to attack rolls. No. Yes.
Yeah, you can declare using it after you roll.
All right, let's find out what happens here. I'm using it.
You don't need to.
Dope. I'm not using it. I was testing. That was a test.
It's a plant.
It was a test run.
While it's alive, it's still a plant. It doesn't
Mhm.
move terribly fast. So you managed to be able to get it right in there. So go and roll for damage if you'd like.
Perfect. I'm going to. Ba-bow! 10 damage. Suck it, plant monster. I'm a mighty warrior.
Yeah, you like lop off a part of it, and it starts like reverting back into like a dead state, and kind of melts back into the ivy around it.
I'm here for this.
Good.
Oh yeah, that's it for me. I'm gonna stay there and I'm gonna punish this monster.
Cool. Needler 3 didn't like what you did to his boss.
You sure?
And he's gonna kind of rattle, like bend backwards,
Mm-hmm.
fling forwards, and some like sharp triangular thorns are gonna come flying at you.
Mm-hmm.
Does it 19 hits?
It does.
You're gonna take 4 piercing damage.
Okay. Rude.
As these thorns just get stuck in the hide of your armor.
Super rude.
Yeah. Have you ever had like a cactus thorn stuck in your like shoe or something?
No.
It's kind of itchy like that. It kind of like pokes just slightly through, so it just scratches along your skin.
What a very specific reference.
I kind of love it though.
Yeah. Have you ever been assaulted by a cactus? No. I have not. I have not.
I live in the desert.
I don't.
So, yeah.
That's why it's a very, very specific reference point.
He's had many a tussle with cacti.
Yeah.
I've seen someone actually fall butt first into a jumping cactus, which I don't know if you know what jumping cactus are. They're cactuses that dislodge themselves so that parts of them stick to you,
Like a pricker bush.
but like whole cactus bits. Like,
Oh god.
Nature must be destroyed.
speaking
is
of destroying
Australia?
nature,
What the hell?
Needle 1 is going to bend back, and instead of flinging needles, is just going to try to like smack into Cardis, which I believe the 15 hits. So you're going to take 5 piercing damage.
Ow.
Halim.
Oh no. Can I, as someone who used to work in the gardens of some classy safars, can I roll a nature check to see if I can have any knowledge of these things, like any potential weaknesses or anything specific to watch out for?
Yeah, throw it out. Throw that.
Cool.
Throw that. Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Not a whole lot.
I did mention last time, I'll give you a recap. These things are plants that feed on ego, which is a magical force in this universe. Basically, how important you are actually can make you do magic. It does something about bending the weave using the weight of your ego.
I just do it naturally.
Yeah. That said, these plants seem to have, the needlers have that cactus ability. Like they shoot needles and they can mace into you. The vine blight, you're pretty sure can control vines around it.
Okay.
And that might be something to watch out for.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, then real quick, I will, understanding the ego bits, I will call out to Vestian that you're a great warrior, but remember, you're not that great. Just trying to keep that ego balanced. And hoping I know he's not going to get it.
I'm the
but-
greatest warrior we have.
no, just whatever. But I will rush forward just a little bit here. I'm gonna join Cardis here and swing with the scimitar and try to help Cardis take this thing down.
All right.
Hey, look at that!
Ooh, crit.
Excellent. So bring the scimitar down on this for 10 points of damage.
You realize that all of its strength relies on its ability to bend? So you just lop it off. And it just kind of like hits the ground and just kind of like rattles in the mud in the stream. And then eventually dies out. That one's dead.
They don't work if they're dead and broken. I'm trying to relay information. It's not going well.
No. All right.
I'll just turn to him and thank you, son.
All right.
Oh,
Needler.
yes, and thank you for being the first one in here. And finally, as my like bonus action, a D6 of healing to Cardis with my healing light.
Oh, thank you.
Run roll that. Ooh.
6 points of healing to you, Cardis.
Sweet. Thank you.
All right. Needler 2 goes, and since it actually can't target anybody other than Ren, gonna peel back and shoot some needles at you.
Rude.
For 13, which hits for 6 piercing damage.
Okay, she's been better.
All right, Vine Blight. We're going to measure something real quick. Okay, we're good. It's actually just going to try to constrict Vestin. So the vines around your feet start to try to climb up your boots.
I don't like that.
And it rolls a 21.
That hits. Yep. You
Yep.
got me.
So you're going to make me a strength saving throw. And you're going to take 8 bludgeoning damage as these things crush you.
Oh, well, that saves me the problem of running a strength saving throw.
No, it doesn't.
Because I die.
Go. I know, I still want you to roll it.
Oh, okay. It gets me. Because I go to unconsciousness.
You actually are not grappled by it, though.
All right, well.
Yeah.
My limp body falls through the vines
Yeah.
as it loses interest in my corpse.
Basically, what happens is these... for me, unconsciousness isn't like you're unconscious. It's usually just a state in which you aren't aware of your surroundings anymore. What's actually happened is these vines have twisted both of your legs out from underneath you.
Okay.
And you fall into the mud.
All right.
And both your ankles are twisting with pain so much that you aren't aware of what's going on right now.
Okay. I dig it.
And you're just busy trying to ensure that you don't die. Ren.
I think Ren seeing this is one, panicking like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, just from the back over here. But two, she's gonna fire a witch bolt.
All right. At what?
At the Vine Blight.
All right. You might need to move up. There's this is technically like a rock pillar.
Okay, she's gonna go this way then to look at it.
Just poke around the corner.
Yeah, I just don't want to get her within range of Needle too. Yeah.
All right. You just reach around the corner and zap him.
Yeah, she's
All right.
she's sure gonna try.
How do you free crits work on this channel? Is it before or after you roll?
It's whenever you want.
As a note, I believe there was a donation last time where everyone did get a free crit.
They got Al crits.
No,
Which
they
is-
used those.
Did they?
There was a crit on top.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. There was a crit on top.
I don't think you're allowed to call it after, are you?
I prefer you call them beforehand.
Okay,
Yeah,
well then
okay.
I'll wait till the next round.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
So the witch bolt, you kind of hit a rubbery part of its skin, and it kind of deflects off. Artis. Ugh. Water.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay. I'm hoping to do my vicious mockery on the Vine Blade, I think.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. It succeeds. Surprisingly immune to being yelled at by giant demon women.
Oh no. Well, now I'm just more angry and more Ugh. I'm not happy about that.
Did you?
I'm gonna move a little bit. To there. What's my movement? Oh, I have regular. So can I jump across this?
Yeah, it's barely ankle deep.
Okay. I don't really want to do that just yet. I think because of the needle, then the needle will get me. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go here and go there.
All right.
Best. And
Good.
no, I can't. Yeah, that was my actions. I can't.
You just saw the bonus.
I am gonna do a healing word.
Nice.
Invest in. So.
All right, roll it.
Oh, what is with for rolling like absolute minimum rolls for everything?
He's awake though, or he does regain the conscious state. The pain melts away a little bit as. What is your healing word?
I think. What would it be?
Get up!
Rise, Vestin! You must fight once more.
All right, Vestin, you got 4 hit points, and it's your turn.
As he's like, oh,
Ah.
and he like jumps out of the mud with his super broken ankles, totally not broken anymore.
No, they're fine.
And I have 4 hit points. Fuck me running. Okay. What can I do? Nothing? Create water? That's not gonna help us. Guys, I'm nailing it. I'm going to. Yeah. As a bonus action, he clutches his battle axe, and you see like the vine carvings that are all on it kind of glow, and then you see like this light kind of radiance shimmer across his body as I cast Shield of Faith on myself, because get fucked, stupid vine things, and then I drive the battle axe into the vine blade again.
All right.
Ka-chow! Yeah, suck it.
All right, roll it.
Okay, suck it a little bit.
You're still, in pain a little bit and trying to get the good twist with an axe.
Yeah.
Without ankle strength is a little hard.
It's true. You need that good.
Yeah.
Good.
Good stance. That stance. All right. Needler 3 is gonna go for Cardus, who has healing magics. Healing magic is tasty.
Oh no.
It's true. It is tasty.
Gonna try to need.
Oh, that's gonna hit every time.
Pretty good.
That hits every time, guys.
And you take 10 piercing damage, as I think one of these gets you right in the dome.
I have 9 hit points.
And you're unconscious trying to pull this out of your head. William.
Oh God. 1 second. Let me. Okay. Gosh, I see. See Cardus go down, and just kind of comment to myself. All right, we'll do this again, and we'll rush forward. And I'm going to swing the scimitar at Needle 3.
Okay.
For incredibly bad swing.
Okay. I think you're too worried.
Yeah, I'm just so. Oh, come on, Cardus, please back up. Arise! The thing you just said to him too, and I will use again my last healing light to hopefully bring Cardus back up for another 6 healing points to Cardus.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Oh God.
All right. Needle 2 is going to go for Ren. It's gonna try to whip back again. 14 hits you, I believe. For 6 damage, which I think procs your ability.
Oh yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Shadow Sorcerers have a real cool thing where they don't die. They just have a chance of not dying.
So a charisma saving throw
Of 11. Or
boy.
DC 11. Hey! You're at 1 hit point.
Sweet.
What does that look like? So this thing flung a dart at you, hit you like real deep in the shoulder, and it should have just knocked you out. Why didn't it?
I feel like once it hits her, she goes down like a tree, and you just hear thud. If you guys like look over, you just see her get back up and dust off a little bit like nothing happened, and then her eyes go white. Like whiter than usual, not clouded, just fully white. And she's just she looks like she's stunned even though she's standing.
Okay. So I think that you're reduced to 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Vine Blight. Now that you guys are all within 15 feet, I'm gonna need everyone to make me a strength saving throw because you're all within 15 feet.
Why are you like this?
I could try to kill you.
Isn't that what you're doing?
What is the definition? What do you call this?
What is this? What game am I playing?
Is it a 12 and you got an 11?
Yep. That -1.
Ouch.
All right, so at this point, all the ivy in this room starts to react and shake, and does a thing where it like tries to snap grow, but some of it is like stronger than others, and you're able to rip out of it. Everyone except for Salim, who you are now restrained by these vines as they have grown up and around your torso, like around your legs and up your torso.
So I'm just locked in place, essentially.
So you can still defend yourself. You can still move. You're just at disadvantage.
Ah, crap.
And you can't move.
Okay.
Like, move, like, away. You're stuck in that spot.
I was coming, Ren, but now I'm not. I'm sorry.
Is that the end of its move?
That is its turn, though. That is its action. And it's happy where it's at. It's got some nice, tasty snacks in front of it. And it's Ren's turn.
I think Ren hears Salim struggling against these vines and kind of snaps out of it, and then just puts a hand out and casts Witch Bolt, and I'm going to use that crit.
Okay. So go ahead and roll another d12. All right. So for 13 damage, which splits it in half. Have you ever seen a tree get hit by lightning?
Yeah.
Where it kind of like peels apart? That's what happens here. So you kind of like smack it right in the face, and its face just splits, like where its mouth is, just opens up and peels backwards. And wilts. Leaving some stuff. You notice the amber that was set in its stomach, which I didn't mention until... I mentioned it last time, but not today. Looks like it like charges up with energy and almost cracks the amber a little bit. But yeah, you kill the thing. And Salim, you are released from the ivy. As it wilts away. You got anything else up your sleeve?
I think that's it.
All right.
So
Curtis.
there were heals donated.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
It's in chat. Everyone got a blessing of life and a nat 1 because.
Okay. So blessing of life is
1d10.
So can I use my 1d10 now?
Yep.
Okay.
Just has to wait till your turn.
All right.
Holy shit.
There you go.
I declare when you guys use nat 1s?
If you want to, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a monster.
Yep. That's how I would. You can always force a player into using a nat 1. It's just their choice to use a nat 20 or an al crit because it can be either one.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
If you want to be particularly monstrous.
Sometimes I do.
I bet you do.
I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna just give this this guy a good yelling.
Shout him out.
Needle 3. Are you attacking Needle 3 or Vestin?
Yeah. No, Needle 3.
Okay, just
Could be either one today.
Apparently,
it
I guess
succeeds.
she turns and she's like, she's trying to do her like super deep, growly thing, and she gets something caught in her throat, and it's just like.
Yeah. It starts trying to match your beat and like play along with you with its maraca.
Damn it.
I give it the finger.
It doesn't have fingers.
Yeah.
It does want your fingers though. It would like to eat them.
I taunt it that I have not only fingers but opposable thumbs.
Ouch.
A dream.
Low blow.
I know.
All right,
That's my turn.
Vestin, it's your turn.
I heal. Fuck it.
Do you though? Do you heal?
Shut up, bird. No, I'm tired of your shit.
Scratch your face and it stitches up.
Artist yelling scared him a little bit.
Guys, I canceled the North Seat stream.
Oh.
He's gonna charge at this Vine Blight and swing at it with his axe. And I'm gonna Al crit. Fuck you, Al. Don't fuck me, Al. You fucked me. You fucked me. That one.
All right. You go to swing at it, but it actually bashes into you first, like and you kind of block with your shield so you don't take damage, but it kind of like disrupted your attack. But it is going to try to slam you now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause you did just try to slam it.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna slam back.
Mm.
And
Ah,
miss.
Suck it.
We're gonna say that was all the same action, so it swinging at you was the same that just happened.
Nice.
So,
I dig it.
comparatively. That was all one thing. Gleam.
As it extends to try to slam into Vestian, I'm going to hopefully see it outstretched and think, aha, the weak point again, and bring the scimitar down on it. Come on, go. A 20, that's a hit, yeah?
Yeah, it's a hit.
For 6 points of damage coming down on this vine.
All right, you get most of the way through, but it's still holding up.
Gosh. All right, I think
Go for the weak spot.
that's all I got, I think.
All right.
But seeing all of us grouped over here, he is going to yell, how's it going over there, Ren? You okay? Just checking in since it's taking all three of us to kill a damn houseplant.
It's the size of a house.
She's like,
All right. Speaking of Ren being okay, Needle 2 is going to attack.
guys, I think it hits. Guys, I think it hits.
All right. Wait, what if it hits?
I said, I think it hits. I was kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was 20.
All right, you take 6 damage while you were distracted by making snide remarks to your teammates.
Sounds about right.
Worth it.
This is like real life.
Yeah.
But it is your turn to enact revenge.
I think she's going to. So I have a question,
Mhm.
since I've never played a character like this in any regard before. Breath weapon. What does that look like?
Did you choose a cone or a line?
Yours is a cone.
I'm glad you remembered, because I didn't.
It's also in your. You click the gear next to your thing in the center of your sheet.
Okay. I was trying to look on the other sheet.
Yeah, you can just
Yeah,
roll that.
And she's close enough. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I think she's gonna use her breath weapon.
So you tell us what it looks like.
It looks like It looks like water almost rushing out, but there's like cold and ice, and it starts freezing in midair and shoots through enemies.
Okay, so almost like piercing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like water, and then it solidifies and speeds up, and it's almost like trying to stab him.
You're a water shotgun.
Yeah, she got a little squirt gun. That's how she learned how to do it.
All right. It needs to make that saving throw, which is a con. Ooh, con saves. And fails horribly. I always thought it weird that if you get a 1 on a saving throw, it doesn't critically hit you. But there we are. It gets real cold. It's like it starts shaking like it's cold instead of like it wants to kill you.
She's like laughing under her breath, and you just see like her breath coming out like cold as she's laughing at it.
All right, Cardis.
It's still not dead.
You got 2 not dead. You got a spiky friend over here, and you got a spiky friend over here.
Okay. I'm gonna try. I'm pretty sure my vicious mocker. Oh yeah, can reach.
Yeah, it's got good range.
I'm gonna try it on the other guy that's in front of Ren.
Okay, this one.
Ooh.
A good one. Can it wisdom? No, it can't.
Yeah. So she's just gonna turn around and it's gonna get a little bit of. Whoa!
You think it might be the fact that you're much further away and
Yeah.
you were able to shout a little harder?
Yeah.
It pops.
She just points at it.
Get wrecked.
It just
Like that. That's great.
all right.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
my turn.
I'm gonna try to be awesome as a free action, and then I'm gonna hit this thing.
Okay.
Like actually awesome, or like your dad thinks it's awesome?
Shut up.
Okay. That's a hit.
Get wrecked. 7.
You knock it apart.
Yes. Actually awesome. And my dad thinks it's cool too.
As you kind of, slam that thing apart, I think it like hits the back wall and shatters. And you kind of like, no, because there's smoky bits inside.
Yeah, because it looks like the thorn spray.
Yeah. But as soon as all the sort of bony thorns clink into the ivy, the room goes silent, like, other than the running water.
Did you guys see that?
See what? The giant damn plants that attacked us? Yes!
I like your sound effects, Ethan. That's perfect. Like how you really went for those sound effects.
I think runs across the water and she looks over to Salim. Salim!
Ren, are you good? Are you okay?
Thunder Buddies, did you see that? And she
Yeah,
shows
that
her
was-
mark.
Incredible! He also shows his. It went so much better than last time. My gods, it was amazing. Excellent work.
I don't know, your hair did go out it was pretty cool last
Yeah,
time. But
That's a lot to do in the mornings though for some basic hair care. But
Yeah.
still, amazing. And Vestian, you too. You were a warrior, all right.
Both of you are very excited. We almost died.
But we didn't,
This is true.
right?
You're correct.
No, we're good.
All right. Yeah.
Can I look at the body of this thing and see if there's anything salvageable since I do herbalism?
You
big-
can, yes. You don't need to roll anything. Because there's one thing that stands out, and it is that amber stuck inside of its stomachular area.
Stomachular area.
It doesn't have a stomach, it's a plant.
What kind of organ is that, you think?
Stemular system.
Stemular curve.
Stem or stomachular area.
Stemicular.
Yeah, he just got his tongue. Yeah,
Yeah.
tongue tied.
Scientists disagree to this day what to call it.
Yeah, so if you walk over there, you'll notice that there is a large chunk of amber, and there appears to be like a strange, soft cube in the center of it.
Ren's gonna pick up the soft cube and give it to Salim.
It's
Can I pull it out?
amber. So the amber's like a bolt, like this big, and then you can see through it, and then there's a smaller cube on the inside.
Okay, so she'll pick it up and hand the entire thing over to Salim. Like, I'm not allowed to handle nice things. Remember what happened last time?
Oh, yeah. No, we had to pay a lot of money for things that were very gaudy and then broken. So, yes, maybe for the best I take this. If I investigate this, is there anything, like, we understand more about the cube inside, or is it just...
You can give me... Let's see. I'm going to double check. I'm pretty sure it's an Arcana check.
Oof.
It might be a history check.
Oof.
Not your faves?
I'll take either one of them, though.
Oh.
You just call one.
Oh, wait. Why am I looking through the PDF? I have it in the Roll20. It's better categorized there.
I thought you were gonna say, "Why am I looking through the PDF? I wrote this game."
Yeah. Well, I was looking for a specific number. Oh, actually, I need a religion check.
Whoa. All right. Hey. Okay.
You don't know anything specific about this, but you, after sort of like staring at it, one, it's a perfect cube. It's a little soft around the edges, but the dimensions are correct for a cube. Second, you don't think the amber holds any power. It's whatever's on the inside that does. So it's already slightly cracked. You could crack this open and pull it out if you like.
Ooh. Well, it is a cube. I've deduced this. A perfect one, I would say. But I think there's something more inside. Perhaps we should, maybe you should handle this, because if we break it open, we could find out more. Or, I don't know, Cardus, Vestian, any thoughts here?
We could bring it back and see if anyone else knows anything about it. Or just break it open, whatever. What's
I
the
can
worst
break
that
it.
could happen?
I'm good at that.
It's only that if we break it, there's a chance of some ward of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cardis. That was incredibly sarcastic. I don't think we should break it.
Oh, me neither.
I was laying that on kind of thick.
Yes, none of us thought we should break it. Yes, none of us did.
Hey, you realize that Hostad actually has people far more versed in this than us, right?
You don't know what we're versed in. She just stands there.
Technically, they're from Hoxayord, which is the sort of like, they were called in from the next town basically to come investigate some magical stuff. Like, they are the magical experts currently in town.
Everything's better in Hostad.
Can I?
Piece of meta knowledge. You can attune to the piece of clay through the amber, so you don't have to crack it open to do so.
Can I try that?
It takes an hour during a short rest.
Okay.
So, if you'd like to do that, let me know.
Okay.
Is this you're a magic user? This would be good for you?
You see frost coming off of her hands. Gimme. I'll look at it. I can study it. That's the word.
The other thing is when you attune to something, you know, unless there's secret GM knowledge on it, you know everything about it and what it can do.
Cool.
So basically trying to identify things is like if you want to be safe about it, but you can always just attune to it and
Hope for the
you'll
best.
know it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ren will take it and
Yeah.
she'll look at Salim and just be like, "This could give us more power."
Yeah, Salim hands it over and makes a big show. But whatever you do, please be careful not to break it. As Vestian says, break the damn thing open for all I care. Just figure it out.
She pretends to drop it.
Literally right next to you.
And if I remember correctly, the reason why Vestian got attacked by the plant monster in the first place is you wanted to investigate those boats.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. He's re-distracted now by the farce that is his party, but he sees the studying about to happen, and he says, I'm gonna be over here. And he walks over towards the boats.
All right, there's some cool stuff over here.
Is there?
I'll come join you.
Dope.
Notably, two things. There is something that you, as a native to Hostad or Norsate, the island that you're on,
Mm-hmm.
One of them is called a Wyvern Fang Hammer,
Go on.
which was used by previous generations to fight wyverns. There's a slot in it that you can put a device that will let you fight wyverns better, that like depoisons them.
Go on.
You'll need a history check if you want me to go on.
16.
That's I think that's enough. I'm going to show this to you.
Yes.
There you go. I thought I had a picture of it, but apparently I don't. But yeah, it's a maul. It's heavily ornamented with bones and fangs of wyverns, and was used by the members of the last generation to fight the great beasts that once terrorized. So basically, the island used to have a wyvern problem,
Okay.
and they tried to hunt them to extinction,
Of course. Yep.
as you do.
As you do,
Ah.
yeah.
This was one of the things that your dad was known for, was being part of these parties.
Done. Taking it. Mine.
Him and the sort of other notable person in town used to be part of a team that hunted wyverns, which is where they got all their respect from.
I like this.
The other thing you find is a heavily ornamented longsword, not of Norman make.
Nice.
What does it look like?
Like, where does it come from?
Yeah, like what is it? What is the? You said it's heavily ornamented, right? So what are the ornaments? What does it look like?
Give me a history check.
Sure. Pow. 12.
You have someone helping you, so I'm assuming because you guys are there together talking
That's true.
about it.
Cardis is right
Yeah.
there.
I'm going to show this to you as well. This is an Olu's longsword.
Okay.
Olu is the fabled fool. Basically, no one's really sure if Olu is one person or a reincarnation or just a really unlucky name, but people with Olu always become explorers. They always go out and they always have an untimely end.
Okay.
Something that marks them is the fact that they, in some part of their travels, find the Olu's longsword.
Oh shit.
You're not named Olu though, so you're fine.
That's true. Okay, good. Fine. We're good.
There's some sort of like meta. Sometimes I just put quotes and things because it's fun. I like quoting characters. The end of the Olu longsword one is, "We all die eventually. Why not one more adventure?"
That's true.
Olu the inevitable.
This says this weapon counts as one memento. What does that mean?
Mementos will come up later.
Okay.
But basically, you can destroy mementos to power up magical items. Mementos have a fraction of a lost soul in it. So when you die, usually your most important item becomes a memento.
Dope.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Now, for my own edification, do the Titans believe in the same gods as the Normans?
Everyone believes in the same gods because
Okay.
they are all real and live on the world.
Okay.
But why they have two names is because two different people named them different things.
Do I know enough? Does Vestian know enough about culture? I assume the answer might be yes. To know what the Titans call the Fool.
The fool.
Oh, they call it the Fool as well. Who
Yeah.
calls it the Coyote?
The animal folk.
Oh, okay, cool. In that case, he takes the hammer and he immediately like tucks that under his arm as he's rummaging through other things, and he holds up the sword and he recognizes the iconography on it, and he turns to Cardis, who's standing next to him, and says, "I believe this could suit you well," and lifts her up the large longsword.
I cannot.
I don't.
I have no experience with that kind of sword.
You see the small end here? If you hold it, and then the pointy end here, jab it inside somebody.
Arts actually have proficiency with long swords.
You just.
Oh, I do. How did I skip that?
I like to think she said it anyway. I was like, no.
No. I don't like swords.
No. Wait a second. Yeah, I do.
I'm actually against swords. They're too metal.
Oh, I will try.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hold this part, jab with the other part, or whatever. Just take here. Try this. I think you'll like it.
I'll do my best.
It suits you.
All right.
I'll kind of swing it around a little bit. See how it feels.
Cavalcade of a circus running here. Yeah, no, that will great. Take that. That'll be great for you.
Okay. I got it.
You got a sword.
Cool.
All right. As far as anything else, the last sort of notable thing in this room is the bucket with the rope going up into the sky.
I'll go take a look at that if Ren is busy focusing on the perfect cube.
Yeah, she looks like Gollum at this point in the corner with it. She has her quarterstaff out and she's just holding it.
All right. You kind of tug on it. You think you could climb it.
I know that was a bit of a draining battle, but I think we might have a way out here. I pull, and it does seem solid. Doesn't come falling down after. Great.
It's not even a roll. If you guys want to leave through the rope, you could just leave.
Is there any other way out of this room? Is there any other entrance in here?
You don't see one. The sort of cracks that the stream are coming through are much too narrow.
Okay.
How?
She'll follow Slim.
So, Vestin kind of knows a little bit about magics. This one corpse isn't enough to have grown these plants.
No.
And judging by the fact of the equipment found on one corpse, this guy wasn't a magic user. Are there other bones and detritus here, or is this thing been growing for like forever?
Are you like poking through the vines?
Yeah, he's gonna like look around. Like he's suspicious that this thing was this big.
I'm also super curious.
There are more bones underneath the vines. If you dig far enough. But you're pretty sure it has been here for a very long time, based on sort of the like erosion on most of them.
Okay. Yeah, I think then he'll follow suit and climb up as well. But his first order of business is he's gonna like try to get a lay of the land and then mark this place on his map to be a place to be avoided.
So you start climbing up.
One sec. Because we messed this up last time. Y'all want to take a short rest while we're down here?
I'm pretty sure you're all ahead of hit dice.
Yeah, we're all out of dice.
No.
I'm out.
Shit, you're right. Never mind.
No,
Y'all
I
wanna-
have one, but I'm okay.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, you're just gonna go back to town after this. You don't need the short rest. So when you climb out, you'll notice that what the rope is actually attached to is actually the top of an old well. And you climb out, and you actually come out of a well.
That makes sense.
And the thing is, you've heard stories about this well, in that it is avoided by hunters because it is thought to be cursed. So people just don't come here. It's just a cursed well. Don't go to the cursed well. If you find a well in the middle of the woods, don't use it.
So, if this place is well known, do I know where I am on the map?
You can. Let's
Do you think we could weed out where any other enemies are?
Shh, you're the fucking worst. Why are you like this?
I'm gonna mark it sort of on the map. You're about there.
About there. Oh, okay. There it is.
Yeah,
I see
you're
it.
actually relatively close to town.
Okay, cool.
It's probably about an hour's walk.
Yeah, I definitely marked that on my map.
Okay.
So that we know where that place is.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
And
I believe I know where we are, actually.
You believe we know where we are, or you know where we are?
Well, I mean, We just came out of a well in the middle of the woods. There aren't a whole lot of them, but I don't have the exact location of the well, so I'm fairly certain that we're east-ish of Hostad.
I think Ren's like, you don't know where the well is? It's right there. She's just pointing at it.
How did you even get to Hostad? I don't even...
I trust your cartography.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we go this way, we'll get to Hostad in like an hour, hour and a half.
And if you guys do that, you'll kind of walk that way. And as the sun's starting to set, you guys are just starting to see the farmlands that surround Hostad. Lots of sort of wheat fields and fruit orchards and that sort of thing. And the sun's starting to set. There's a cold wind that starts to blow as you guys enter town. And by the time you actually get there, the sun has set.
So I think before we enter like the walls of Hostad, Vestian kind of stops everyone and says, "Okay, listen. So the plan was to go out and get as much boar meat and other meat as possible. That didn't go as planned, but we got some. Definitely not enough. However, I think if you bring that," and he points to like the amber thing, and that, and he points to the sword, and this, and he points to the maul, and we explained to my father that we found the haunted or the cursed well and defeated the creature within it. That will make up for the lack of food, I think.
She
Yes.
just slowly raises her hand.
Yes.
I don't want to give this thing over. It's shiny. We don't know what it does yet.
No, I just said show it to him.
Okay.
Okay.
And she goes back and just kind of moves away a little bit again.
That's proof that we killed the creature in the well.
We do have some meat.
We do have some meat, right. And because we killed the creature in the well, now the well can be used to pull water from that stream. And now
Yes.
we know exactly where it is, and we can go there.
This will, we will emphasize.
Our heroics.
Yes.
Good.
All right. So
Oh, God,
the area
I almost
around
was.
town is around the wooden fortification. So basically, there's like the farmland, then there's a wooden wall, and then the town proper.
Mhm.
And sort of right before you get inside the walls, they've actually turned this whole area into a large-scale tanning preserving station. As people come back in, they can just do it all right there. A man with a large, giant beard, big old red bushy beard, approaches the party and kind of looks at Vestin and is like, "Ah, my son! You return!
Hi, Dad.
Not dead!"
Nope.
Ah,
Not dead
I was
yet.
I was afraid that these troublemakers would have gotten to you.
Oh, I almost just ended it myself, but nope, I got them all back safe.
All right, what has my favorite son brought?
So, you know the cursed well? The one the hunters
You did
avoid.
First well, did you?
No, we actually ended up inside of it somehow. There was ruins built by the Lord, and we defeated a great beast inside the well. You can now use it for drinking water, I believe. We
We need
found.
drinking water. We need food.
Well, I understand. We also have some food as well, and he like motions over to Cardus, who I believe is carrying the food.
Yeah, I put down all the meat that we have.
I did mention, I don't know if you guys kept it on your character
It
sheets.
was 30 pounds.
Every 10 pounds of meat, or every 2 pounds of auxiliary, like leathers or lards, you get 1 reputation point.
Okay.
Reputation in this game can be used to buy things. Because the Normans do not use money. They use recognition, and because everyone helps each other out, right? So if you do a good thing, the town recognizes it, and then they can give you goods and services, basically.
Hmm.
So money rarely changes hands here. That said, there is one place where money is handled, and that's by people from human lands. There's a ship here with some traders who will do things with money, but you don't have any of that yet. So yeah, that's something you can keep track of.
Okay.
It's a
Give-
metaphorical currency.
By the way.
So, what do we have? How much do we have with the 30 pounds of meat?
So if you have 30 pounds of meat, you're going to get 3 points.
I also have 20 GP of spell components harvested from plants and stuff. Does that have any bearing on this or nah?
No, because those can just be turned into spell components.
Perfect.
No, that's your midnight snack tonight. Is those mushrooms?
That's different.
Yeah,
That's
I have 10 pounds
Spell
of lard
components.
and 10 pounds of leather, so I get 2 rep points.
No, so you're going to get 6.
6. Dope.
Yeah.
So I'm at 9.
Cool. Oh, yeah, because you start with a bonus for being important. Hey, guess what, you guys?
We survived our first mission.
You survived the first tale. So the idea is that you never just like level up in this game. There's always a little bit of time passage. But you guys do become level 2.
Dope.
Uh,
I'm into this. Level 2-ness.
Yeah. So also the other thing, when you guys sort of get into town proper, because you guys are technically hunters, you're not professionally hunters, but because you are doing the hunting thing, you do get free food and drink at the Hunter's Lodge tonight.
Goddamn right we do. I mean, I'm
So
pretty
they
sure.
have-
I'm pretty sure I get there every night, but that's fine.
Oh, sure. Take advantage of that. Absolutely.
So yeah, you guys can, while we're talking for this next bit, if you guys have stuff planned for level 2, go ahead and do that. Your health, your hit die, your new spells, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep talking.
Go for it.
Talking to you guys. So you guys basically are gonna have a couple like days where you're not hunting.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask each of you, what does that day look like? What do you do normally? Like Festin, you might actually just hunt, but I'm gonna go around and we're just gonna find out what a little bit of everyone's normal day looks like.
Okay.
So we're actually gonna start with. Let's just start with Vesden. You're in the top of my screen.
Sure. So I think he does a little brown nosing with his dad. He's overemphasizing his importance, both as the leader of this team and as the team itself, right?
Okay.
Like how well we defeated that monster and how we found these relics and brought them back to the village. And while he understands that it's not quite food, it's still important artifacts of Hostad and Norsate, to be revered. And then he definitely overplays how very useful he was towards the group, because he was very, very much so the most useful person, he would say. And then I think he secretly and quietly and probably under the cover of darkness trains to be less of a piece of shit in combat. And you might see him like outside of a training dummy, and you hear like the thwack of him like hitting someone with his axe, or like the loud thud of him trying out his new maul.
Okay. Like I mentioned, that maul does have, so it's a maul on one side. On the other side, it's got like these 4 fangs that come out
Yeah.
that you can insert something into.
Yeah.
Which is actually made of a dire bee's stinger and some like chemical components.
You're just making up stuff now.
Dire bees? I got pictures of dire bees. You want to see a dire bee?
Yes. Who doesn't want to see a dire bee?
It's on the random encounter list. Let me find it.
Yeah, but I think that's what he does. I think he will, in his brown nosing. That's pretty dope.
It's a big old bumblebee.
Yeah.
It's about the size of a cat.
That's terrifying. I think like in his brown nosing, he will like
So cute.
he will discuss this mall with his father, and like what are the possible uses? What could this mean? Whose was this? Right? Like I mean, this could be true or not, but like, if you're a big important wyvern hunting crew, I assume you probably mark your weapon in some manner, right? They're not all identical.
Right.
Like, you know, so he'd try to like show his father whose could this be? Is this from Hostad? You know, do you know this person? Kind of thing.
I feel like I know I had that note at some point whose hammer this was, and like before I was making this a module.
But now,
But basically, you know that it's sort of a lineage weapon at this point. Like
Okay.
that was the actual wyvern hunter who had this commissioned for them
yeah,
gave it to his son,
right,
who then used it. So
right. So there would be some kind of lineage. He would try to, man, the fucking brown nose were in him. He would try to track that lineage to see if the person's still here, and then if they are, he would present them with the weapon. And if not, he would carry it in honor of the name of the family, because that's what you should do, not because he wants a super dope weapon.
yeah, it turns out he was the last of their line.
Yes.
He's
I
the
mean,
main
oh no. Too bad he fell a hero. Now I'll continue to take up the mantle of being a hero.
Maul, not mantle.
Okay. It's gonna be
Pass on.
it's gonna be one of those campaigns.
Mhm.
All right.
Curtis, what do you do on your 8 hour of sunlight during the next couple days?
She would definitely spend some time writing. She likes to write her version of events. She is.
I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
Because this has come up in the past. Feston, you talked about how you probably live at the Hunter's Lodge. You probably have a room there.
Mhm.
It's a big lodge. They have bunk beds and stuff. Where does Cardis stay? Do you have a house? Do you have like a shack? Do you try to do you live with other people, or do you live alone, sort of separated?
I
So you
think it
can
would
listen.
depend kind of on like because she's only just arrived here.
Mhm.
So
That's a good point. The Titans actually have their own, like, in other campaigns, it's been described as a frat house. Because Titans are very much frats. Like,
Mhm.
they're just big, boisterous, drinking all day, punching things. Like, that's their favorite things to do.
yeah. So would she be welcome there though as an odd blood? Like
So, like I mentioned before, technically, tieflings aren't like you are bad. It's not like in D&D where you have demon blood, right?
yeah.
You have an omen that you have to fulfill at some point, which
Yeah.
to a Titan is rad. That you actually like you have in your blood that you're gonna be involved in something great,
Yeah.
whether you live or die. Like it's great.
Okay. So I could just kind of show up there and be like, hi.
Take a bunk.
Yeah, okay. So I would hang out there, write my versions of events, which I write up as sort of epic like song stories.
Mhm.
And probably see if I could maybe like make some reputation by performing in public. They would let me. There's anywhere I could perform, or I could just hang out on the lawn. And...
So there are two sort of like main lodges, like the big lodges. You have the Warriors Lodge, which is where all the warriors stay, and then you also have the Golden Horn, which is just sort of like the big meat house.
Okay.
That's where all the parties happen.
Yeah.
It's arguable who has more fistfights, but that's definitely more the like the farmers come here, the hunters sometimes come here. There's just more different kinds of people here as opposed to the other one, which are mostly mostly warriors.
Okay.
Which are a diminished number at this point because most of them have gone out to sea and never returned, and that was one of the bad things that happened.
All right. Yeah, so I'll probably go like to the big lodge? Like,
Yeah.
to
The inform people some places.
the,
Yeah, so you'd probably know Esther, who was one of Torque's like comrades in arms. Basically, she was a shield maiden and is really good at throwing javelins. That's sort of her thing. Is she has a pair of javelins at the head of the hall. So if
Nice.
someone gets too rowdy, she will throw one at somebody. It's a pretty serious threat. She's the only person with weapons in the hall.
I respect that.
But yeah, basically she's in charge of the Golden Horn and is the game's champion.
Okay.
Basically, between autumn and winter, the games happen, which are a really big event.
Nice.
And she's sort of in charge of that.
Okay. I think I would definitely, if I know that this is a thing that she does, if I've found
and they love stories there. Like there's always a storyteller.
yeah, then yeah, we'll go hang out, and that's what I want to do.
Right.
Yeah, and I want to like maybe play some music.
They have all kinds of weird
Stories.
instruments here.
Yeah.
Salim and Ren, do you guys do the same things or you guys do different things when you're in town?
I think we spend good parts of our days together, but not every waking second near each other. Like I think there's enough of a trust level there where when Ren wants to go off, Salim is cool with that. I mean, still fairly watchful and still relatively close by, being able to like sense her presence, but it's not like our relationship is not Salim is like looking over her shoulder 24/7. That is not how we operate.
You guys would have a pair of rooms at the foreign quarter. So it's actually a small, it's where the like trader markets are for stuff coming in and out. The only other people currently in those buildings are the one crew that are stuck on here because they don't want to leave because
Right.
the sea's cursed. And if anyone's going to believe that the sea's cursed, it's a bunch of sailors.
Yeah, I think every like during the day, like he said, we kind of do our own thing at times and then meet up again. But I think almost like ritually, every night, and it's not an established time or after dinner or anything like that. We just kind of end up outside somewhere at some point and do that transfer of power. I don't know if you want to describe it, Salim.
Sure. I think it's at the end of the night, as the sun begins to wane and darkness begins to take over, they find somewhere relatively quiet. And Salim, who mostly keeps his left hand kind of wrapped in these special like wrappings, almost like bandages, will unwrap that to reveal a marking on his palm. Because every time he has channeled, his magic and energy has been controlled from his left hand. And so he will extend a hand to Ren. And because of their relationship, it's very much just left extended, waiting for her to return a hand. And in that case, indicating the transfer of power, basically siphoning some of her energy to him so she doesn't overload on magic or have her mind corrupted by the dark magic within her. And each time they do it, Salim, just very quietly reminds her, I think she knows it at this point, but it's almost become ritual to repeat the words that this isn't to make you weaker. This is to make you stronger. The magic isn't what controls you. You are in control of yourself. Remember this, Ren. And it will accept the magic that powers his own.
And I think as soon as it's complete with her hand, she is almost like she wakes up and you immediately see that she's more relaxed in herself and maybe she's a little less agitated than, during the day she gets to this point where she almost seems a little bit manic at times. And then she immediately just looks calmer, smiles, and with her usual way will just tag and push him and then run away and start a game of tag or some other nonsense because now that she is in a better mood.
I'm your keeper. Get back here. He's like saying jokingly, but still like sprinting after her.
All right, cool. And did you attune to the amber?
She'd probably do that before she goes to bed, once she's calmed down, so that she doesn't overdo it.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you a thing,
Ooh.
but because there is a long rest that's going to be happening between this and the next scene, I do need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
I'm going to give you access to clay encased in amber.
Oh. Okay.
You are now attuned to the clay encased in amber, which gives you some spells. So basically, you now can cast Mold Earth as a cantrip and Earth Shatter as well, which are both new spells. I wrote new spells, by the way, in this book.
Is this permanent, or is this while I'm attuned to it?
While you are attuned to it.
Okay.
Basically, you use it as an arcane focus.
Huh.
Uh,
Sweet.
those are your new spells. Oh, wait, did I not change that? Oh no. Glitch in the Matrix.
Don't take it away. I just got it.
You don't have shape or mold earth. You have dirt, clod, and mud, and earth shard.
So just not the last one. Okay.
Yeah. You have all three of those spells in the clay spell list. And 2 of them are cantrips. You can cast as much as you want. The last one is a once per day.
Okay.
And it recharges when you sleep next to it.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Cool. And you succeed your saving throw, so you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Good. I felt great the whole time. Everything's fine. No danger.
Basically, what that saving throw is your temptation to break it open.
Ooh, boy. No, she definitely had that temptation. Maybe Salim was like sitting over her and she's like trying not to get in trouble.
Maybe we should take a step back, huh?
All right. So, yeah. So basically that happened. All that stuff we just talked about happened the day after the hunt. While you guys are kind of out doing your normal stuff, you guys do hear, not really rumors, but you kind of hear mutterings from people. There's a restlessness in Hostad, something of a sorrow. It's changed, and the air in the soil is a little different, just sort of like in the mood. You can hear the sorrow in the lapping of waves across the docks and the mewing of sheep in the fields. This place, your home, is troubled. You hear of 3 stories. Three strange things that are going around. First, in the mead halls, Cardis, you hear about how some of the farm workers have some strange going-ons in sort of the fields and the farms, and they fear that there may be a trickster sabotaging their harvest.
Uh-oh.
The one that seems to be the most troubled is Edith Oladotter's farm.
Sorry, Edith.
Oladotter.
Okay.
I can copy and paste that for you.
Farm. Okay.
In the sort of hunter halls, you hear, or Vestin, you hear about that there might be a bear out in the woods. That might not sound terribly scary to a bunch of super rad Vikings, but
There you say.
Bears in this setting are currently corrupted by one of the nothing, specifically the destruction. Almost all bears, save for one variety, are in this sort of corrupted state, and all they want to do is destroy.
Now,
The hunter who found it said he believes that it's a bear that's around because he saw the footprint that was surrounded by a bunch of broken down trees.
now, corrupt bears
Mm-hmm.
are still edible bears.
No.
Fuck. All
Do
right.
not eat these bears.
Okay, fine.
I mean, you can. It's definitely a thing, but I have special rules if you eat the bear.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you know that right now. I mean, I want to use those rules. I haven't yet. I'd love
No,
to.
if he would know that, I won't just eat a
Yeah,
bear.
no, literally they're like, it's, you know how like the odd bloods exist where they're kind of have the signature of a dead god.
Mm-hmm.
The bears also have that same problem,
Okay,
except
cool.
they're full of nothing and destruction.
Good. That's my favorite kind of bear.
Yeah. And then I guess you would have heard about this one as well, Beston. There's something up with your brother.
Oh, I have a brother.
You have a brother. His name is Henrik.
Mm-hmm.
He's also a son of Torek.
I would hope so.
Not necessarily. Your father has had many wives.
Nice.
Marriage is optional in Postad.
Mm.
And usually, if you do have a child, you both raise them together for a couple years, and then if it's a boy, it goes with the father. If it's a girl, it goes with the mother. If they separate.
Okay.
Because the Normans believe in independence above all else, but they also believe in community, so there's that option. There's no like actual ritual in being married. You just
Gotcha.
are, or you're not. But yeah, there's something up with your brother, and people are kind of worried about him.
Like, what's up, though?
He's been a little extra aggravated, more than usual. You heard that he nearly killed a man in practice not too long ago. And it doesn't, and from what people say, it doesn't seem natural. And maybe your witch friends might be good to consult on that.
Hmm. Okay. Cool. I dig it. So those are our three choices?
Those are some things to talk about.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume you guys have been chosen as a team. You're not like relieved from hunting duties. When you guys go back to hunt, you will go back to hunting together.
So I think if we are hunters and we are afforded free meals in the Hunter's Lodge, I think that, like, Vestian probably would have said at some point, because he's seen how this works, that we should eat meals together, because that grows companionship and bonding.
It does.
Whether he believes these people are a bunch of circus monkeys is a different story entirely, but he has to look the part because he's the most important person here. So yeah, I think like probably one of the days they would be at, like, the scene would be set at the dinner table in the Hunter's Lodge.
Okay.
Yeah, and he like sits down with everybody, like plops his whatever plate down of I assume like potatoes, right? Because we don't have a lot of meat in the house.
You don't have potatoes. Potatoes are... Fun fact, I don't know if everyone knows this, potatoes are actually native to the Americas.
True.
So you actually just have bread.
Fair. Bread and hot goat milk. And he would sit down and say, there's trouble around Hostad that I've heard of. Close to home, my brother has taken ill. I'm not sure. I believe he almost killed a man. The rumor is it's an unnatural anger that wells inside of him.
Ren looks up at that.
I know this isn't important to everyone, but it's a little bit important to me. He does bear the family name. There is also rumor of a bear in the woods.
Yes, corrupted. And farm, Edith's farm, is being troubled as well.
Oh, I hadn't heard this. What is it troubled by?
They believe some sort of trickster.
What do we know about, like, you mean like a prankster, like a haha, or like is a trickster a thing, Ethan?
So in your guys' knowledge, pranksters are more like when you think of Faye, that kind of prankster, like
Okay.
joke haha, but actually could kill someone.
Yeah, yeah. But it'd be funny when they do it.
And yeah, so that's kind of the context. Like, the Normans are very serious people.
Yeah.
They don't have jokesters. They don't tell jokes. Like, jokes are usually like butt jokes, like right? They don't have like an extensive humor.
Yeah.
And they're not a big fan of tricksters.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So that it usually ruins things.
Right.
But I believe your brother sounds the most important to me, perhaps then followed by the bears.
Well, I'm torn. My brother is of course family and bears the house name, but if the trickster you say is troubling a farm, it could damage the crop, and that's less food for the winter. And if the
Yes.
bear is rampaging through the forest, that could scare game and make the winter more harsh.
If it's true, though, that your brother has some sort of corruption within him, his actions may not be his own, and he could harm a lot of people.
This is true.
A lot of people. He says, kind of like looking back and forth between Ren and Bastian. Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, she would just be like pointing and chewing. He would know. That's just.
Perhaps we deal with that first.
Yes, I think that's the best course of action.
Hopefully it's nothing and he's just being an ass.
Hopefully, it's not like that one time saloon. One time.
Things happened. People. Yes, that motion exactly. A lot of that motion.
Don't worry, Bastian. I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm sure it's not like that one time.
Certainly, it's just middle child syndrome, something like that.
Yes, if it is nothing, then it will be easy to speak with him and work that out, and then we can move on.
That is a question I have. Is Henrik older or younger than you?
He would be older, and that's part of why he's aggressive. Because while we're both favored sons, he's clearly not out there in a hunting party.
He's technically a warrior, but he ended up staying behind because of an injury.
Yeah, an injury. It's called being an ass.
So
Yeah,
it sounds like you guys are gonna go talk to Henrik then.
it does sound that way.
All right. I'm just meta thing real quick. At the beginning of each of these chapters for all the like adventures, I have a quote from somebody within the world that I used to sort of set the tone for the DM, but I'd like to read them to you guys as well, because it does set the tone, and there's always like a little bit of good lore in there. So, we all dream. Save for the Safar, we all find our way to the underside each and every night, to mingle with the spirits of the past and the future, and to find inspiration and admiration of the surreal landscapes, and in fear of the intelligence that hides in the shadows. But in the morning, those feelings fade, and we are left refreshed and ready for life. For those who wake and still hear those dreams, those who still hold on to the memories of that haunting place, it is a trial, and one that we do not all pass. That is from Yosef, the Speaker of Earth.
Poor guy, all missing and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
As far as Henrik, though,
Mhm.
everyone in town knows Henrik.
Sure. Why wouldn't you?
Even if he wasn't the son of Torg, he's one of the strongest young men on all of Norsate, known well for his bravery. It was a wonder when he declined to join the raids, giving no explanation for going back on his agreement. Since then, people have seen a difference in the man, the dark bags under his eyes, the untested aggression. He drinks more and revels less. There's something wrong with him, but what?
Hmm.
So you guys can, if you can kind of see that in the first time you see him is that sort of tiredness to him, that anger. You can usually find Hedrick at the Warriors Lodge. That's where he goes every night to drink. That's where he also sleeps. He's probably a little more of a daddy's boy because that's also where Tord lives. He heads the Warriors Hall. He's in charge of the hunting efforts just because he's big and charismatic, right? And he's hunted wyverns for a long time, so he knows how to hunt. But he likes to fight things.
Henrik has fought wyverns before?
No. Torek.
Okay.
Henrik just also lives at the lodge because he's technically a warrior.
Yeah. You guys will notice that suspiciously, the maul, the wyvern fang hammer, is constantly out and in hand anytime we approach Hedrick. And if he sees Hedrick coming, he takes it out. Every time. Just any excuse to have it over his shoulder. He might just
pointing
put it down. Yeah.
It.
Oh yeah. He'll point to things. He'll put it down and rest his hand on the hilt of it.
The majesty.
Yeah. It's for sure and I have one and you don't. Kind of thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would you two just drop your pants and measure them to get this over with? My God.
We have. Mine's bigger. Like everything else. Pretty much the greatest at everything I do. Ever have done.
Ren just has her hands in her. Trying to ignore it.
Rivals the hammer itself.
Hello, Henrik.
I assume you guys are still walking in. Are you going straight for Henrik? You can see
Yeah,
him.
I'm just gonna walk right up to him.
He's got some cronies around. His drinking buds basically, and they're all drinking and having a snack. The Warriors Hall doesn't have the sort of it doesn't have the music that the Golden Horn does. It doesn't have that sort of same revelry to it. It's very serious, but there's still conversation. There's people talking.
Yeah.
There's probably in the corners 2 people punching each other in the face, as is tradition.
Of course.
Yeah.
I will just kind of look at all of them and nod and get myself a drink and hold it up for a toast.
So they're probably not going to talk to you unless you make a big show of something.
Okay.
So I will need either a persuasion or deception check to try to get them to talk a little bit, sort of as an opener.
Persuasion.
Before you roll anything, did you show Maddie that card for the sword?
I believe I showed everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the sword should give you a bonus.
Yeah, it's sheathed. So
Okay.
So persuasion for sure.
By the way, those stats used to be switched, so it was persuasion while it was drawn and intimidation while it was sheathed. But it didn't work for people.
No. All right, so +1 to this. Sweet.
All right. So you kind of, make a toast, and it's kind of enough to rouse him out of his long, 1,000-mile stare, and he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, drinks, cheers, yeah." And he kind of motions for you to sit down.
Yeah, I'll join them and drink. And just kind of wait for everybody else to come over.
Oh yeah, if there's room at the table and we could just kind of saddle up next to Cardos, I would love to do the same thing. I don't know if they're going to be receptive to that or not, but yeah.
You already have an inn. He's been roused at this point. You guys can all join him. You don't need to make checks.
Vestian kind of slides in and hammer down on the table.
Ren's gonna sit if she can, or quietly ask people to move over, so she can sit directly next to his brother and just study him.
It depends on if That is where Cardis sat.
Oh, okay. Can I sit on the other side of him?
You'd have to nudge someone out of the way.
Yeah, no, she's gonna be very quiet and polite and just, can I please just, I was just wondering if I could sit next to you. Don't mind.
It's just like, oh, okay, sure. Just scoots over.
She'll sit next to him and see if she can kind of like watch him and see if he's acting like maybe there's something wrong with him.
Okay.
Or if she can see an aura coming off of him or anything like that. Just kind of.
Hold on, I got your back, Ren. Rumor has it around town you're being kind of a bitch.
Says the man with the giant hammer.
You goddamn right I have a giant hammer.
Where'd you even find that old relic?
Out in the field, where any true warrior goes.
We fell into a well.
We didn't fall into the well. We walked into the underground well through the Lord's labyrinth. We climbed out of the well. We were already down there.
Good story, bro.
Shut up. You're an idiot.
He kind of like shoves the hammer out from like underneath you.
Like, man. And then we killed the monster that was plaguing the cursed well, and now it's not a cursed well anymore. So, there's that.
Did you drink from it?
You're welcome.
Because you're smelling like, cursed.
You smell like a shit.
Ren leans in when he says cursed. Curses, huh? And she's just staring at him from like real close.
Who the heck are you? Wait, you're that witch.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Hi. What are you guys here for?
Well, I mean, you've heard from Cardis and your brother of our recent exploits. We've been hearing some things about you too. What's been going on recently, Henrik? How've you been?
Oh, you're talking about that guy I totally crushed the other day.
Yeah, what happened there? We would love to hear the full story.
Orenson was a weakling. He needed to be shown his place.
How was he a weakling? Was it his behavior? Was it his general stance, his posture? What made him weak?
He kind of looks over to Orenson, who is one of the two people being punched in the face.
Oh, shit.
He's just huge. He's just like a brick house, right? Like it doesn't look like he's got any finesse in how he punches people. He's just punching people in the face. His nose is very broken.
Yeah.
It's like, but like he's bigger than Henrik, obviously.
Right.
There's some sort of weirdness there. He's like, dude, what? Who the hell are you? Some sort of fancy pants Safar?
Trust me, I'm no Safar. No. My name is Salim. You've obviously met my friend Ren. Points to Ren across the table. And we have been journeying with your brother here, Vestian, and our lovely bard Cardis.
Of course, yeah. He's rubbing off on you then.
No, we're not that close.
I think he does laugh, and he's just
Good.
like,
Good. I'm trying to build a rapport here. Oh, but come now, Henrik. Certainly you don't just beat the hell out of somebody for no reason. There has to be something else. Did he say something to you? What's going on? You can talk to me.
no, dude, we were fighting. We were training in the yard. I got a real good swing on him.
Can I insight check that to see if he is like totally being straightforward with me?
Go ahead and give me that insight check.
Cool.
Yeah, can I also try that?
Sure.
I don't have to do this yet, but I kind of want to. Can I roll something like an Arcana or something to see if maybe he's been cursed or if I know anything that would cause this in my studies?
You're right up next to him, right? And you're kind of looking him over.
She's like an inch away from his face if he'll let her.
Okay.
She's trying to she's like smelling him, trying to like smell if there's magic.
Give me that Arcana.
Rin, we gotta have a talk.
You tried smelling him, but his stench is just so awful. Like you can't get anything off of this guy. He just smells like a week's worth of BO.
You see her almost faint.
As far as the people who are inciting, you can see that he's getting kind of a thrill out of talking about this, about the violence. Like, it definitely wasn't an accident. This was definitely very, very intentional, and he was very excited to do it.
Okay.
You are feeling the passion. I can see it. Passion to fight.
Of course, who doesn't have the passion to fight? You have. It kind of points at your sword.
But requires balance. Sense.
Trust me, I know. Got it under control.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No. You're just here to bother me?
I, for one, wanted to see the talk of the town, or know if you were going to kick some other weakling's ass anytime soon. Anyone else pissing you off around here? I hope we're not.
Kind of looks at his brother.
Oh, right.
He's like doing overhead arm presses with the hammer. I couldn't imagine what you're talking about.
Ooh. So we officially became level 2 and everything with our...
Correct.
So when he kind of glares at Veskian, I would love to use an Eldritch Invocation I learned. Knowing that Rin is taking such a intense passion in magical items and learning more from that, Salim wants to be able to find those easier to provide them for her. So he took the Invocation Eldritch Sight, which I can cast Detect Magic at will.
Yep.
So I am going to cast Detect Magic and glare at Henrik with an Eldritch Sight to see if there's any magic radiating off of him.
Okay, roll it.
I think it's just Detect. Does it?
Oh, yeah, it just happens. You get.
Okay.
I think you get the school.
Yes.
What
Yeah,
is-
presence of magic within 30 feet. If you sense magic, I can see a faint aura, and I learn at School of Magic, if any.
Okay. You detect 2 things in this room that are magic. The first is Torg's helmet, which he is currently wearing. Just a side note.
Okay.
The other is you get a faint transmutation magic coming from Henrik's ears, but it looks like it's waning.
Huh.
Potentially inside of his ears.
Huh. Okay. Then
Look, if you guys don't have anything else for me, I'm done eating. Kind of throws his cup at Vestin. While you're like up here with your maul, he throws the cup at your face.
And I catch it with my deft reflexes. It's
Roll me some def
that's
reflexes.
probably not true. Probably gonna look like an ass.
You can roll me strength or dex.
I wish I rolled strength. No, I don't. Fuck yes, I'm the
Oh,
best in
that's
the
20,
world.
got a 19.
So,
Catch the handle
so
in your
like,
mouth.
wait, so like I have the hammer up and I let go and just hold the heavy end and then catch it, and then I cast Create Water and then drink it and then put it back down and then finish the press.
Perfect. Yep, you do the thing. You look pretty sweet. His cronies are very impressed. One
Yeah.
of them almost starts clapping, but then stops. He's
Oh,
like,
I applaud him.
Henry's like, oh my god, you're insufferable. And kind of like scoots out. Kind of tells all his cronies, including the one who hasn't finished eating, to come follow him.
Salim will lean forward at that point if they're leaving the table. Be like, there is something in his ear, some sort of transmutation magic. It looked like it was coming from inside, fading but still there. Is that? I don't know. Is that a thing your family does? Put weird things in their ear, or is that something we should be worried about?
I would be concerned. I've never intentionally put anything in my ear. Like maybe a finger. That's completely normal though.
I couldn't get past his What's the nicer word than stench? Odor.
Ah,
That's understandable.
Yeah.
yes. I don't think that's magic, though. I think that's just a normal aura he emanates.
This is a seasonal
it's
bath.
impressive. Like, once a season?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you sat next to him, huh? And Salim will push forward if there's any kind of like napkin on the table or something. She's like,
What? Napkin?
I don't know, like a torn piece of cloth. I don't know. They're Vikings. You're right.
She just starts picking up more bread and biting it off and just looking down, enjoying the fact that the smell's gone, the source of it.
It kind of lingers. It's not great.
She'll say, "You could sit here now," and then move the guy back and sit over.
Oh, they're all gone now, right?
Just gonna scoot on over them.
Fizzled out.
So you said it was magical, the thing in his ear? Just one ear though.
Was it both ears? No, it was in both of them. Like I said, it was a bit weak, and it seemed like it was getting weaker and weaker. But still, that seems a bit odd.
Well,
What if we jump him and hit him in the head?
or if we wait, the spell will wear off.
Oh. Alright, I guess that makes sense too.
We could see what's being hidden.
It's true.
Do you guys, Vestian, do you guys sleep in the same house and everything, or in the same?
So Vestin has rooms in the Hunter's Lodge.
Okay.
Henrik has a room here. In
Okay,
the
right.
Lodge.
Gotcha.
Which is where you are. And where he isn't.
Shall we go take a look at his? I'm not sure if you've ever had a sibling rivalry and broken into his room to leave, I don't know, foul-smelling things. I'm not sure he even noticed with his current stench.
Or shit,
But-
yes.
Yeah. Yes. Shit. Thank you. Should we go take a look while he is out and about? Maybe see if there's anything in his room left over.
I think so.
Sure.
If there's something that is hurting him, he may have hidden it there.
Very true.
All right. The door. You know where it is, so you can just find it. But it will need to be broken into. But the door is kind of in plain sight. So if someone's going to break in, it would be pretty obvious. Fortunately, I think most of you are made of charisma.
Yeah.
What should we do?
Yeah.
What if I just bash it down and call it an accident?
It's an option.
All right.
There's no music here playing, you said, when you described
No,
it?
there's no music playing.
Cardus, if you would like to bring some joy and merriment to these people, I'm sure a loud, rousing song in a far-away corner would be well appreciated.
I think you're quite right, and I'll go find a place and see if I can play some music there.
Okay. So you're gonna go pull a metal concert out of nothing.
Yeah.
Typical bard stuff.
Can I assist by banging pots like drums?
You could if you want, yeah.
She's like
That works.
she's got like 2 pots and a bunch of wooden spoons. She's just
Mhm.
going to town.
Yep.
And that works with my style. So
It's just all cowbell at that point, isn't it?
So
You need more cowbell.
I
lots
just-
of percussion.
I just want to know where you got them from.
There's kitchens here.
You're just walking. I need these.
She walks in like there's like a revolving wooden door. She walks in, comes back with 2 spoons and a pan under each arm.
They take the whole pots and they're on the table, like,
Yeah.
and then people just grab all the food out of it.
So Ren eats the rest of the food in it and then uses them as bongos.
Drink some soup.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I'm okay with this plan.
Maybe ladles. Ladles might make more sense.
So Cardus, go and make me a performance check with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. You put on a rockin' performance. People are real ecstatic about this. They're going to talk about it for a while.
Okay.
they're-
I'm talking about our
fun.
epic battle.
Nobody dies tonight.
Aw.
I'm talking about the epic battle with the plant.
Cool.
That's what
Yeah.
my song is about.
All right.
And how badass we all were.
Meanwhile, we hear sort of the muffled metal music that's starting to play. We got Vestin and Salim at the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna two-hand this battle axe. Actually, no, I'm gonna two-hand. It's like a. Is it a doorknob? Is it like a door? What is this? What's the handle situation here?
It's probably like a handle.
Okay, I'm gonna wyvern fang hammer the handle.
Okay. So you're gonna try to break the door rather than try to break through it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna break the handle.
Okay.
Does that
Uh,
does a 22
roll
hit a
damage.
door?
It's the damage what I'm more interested in.
8 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that's enough to get through.
Okay, yeah, so he just kind of takes this. He takes the super awesome badass hammer and just on the door, like on the door handle.
You break the simple mechanism that locked the door,
Mhm.
and it just sort of swings inward.
Goddamn right I do.
It's dark inside.
That was easier than I expected.
Yeah, this is all kind of working out.
Yeah.
Maybe we're getting good at this. I don't want to jinx it, but
Our luck will be like there's another vine monster in the corner here.
ah, shit. Why did you even have to say it?
Henrik's apartment is twice the size of a normal room in the Warriors Lodge and contains several spoils from the previous year's raids. Tapestries, dented helmets, western weapons line the walls. There is a large bed in the center of the room with a glass window behind it, covered in a woven curtain.
And you said it was dark in here? Like there's no lights or anything?
I mean, you can turn on some lights. Like there's,
Oh.
There's like an oil lamp or something like that.
yeah, nothing's currently on, but you
Awesome.
can do that real quick.
Sure. We'll do that real quick. I'll light one of them.
Okay, so you
Just
light some
this-
candles.
Mhm.
There's like a candle with a mirrored lantern.
And then just real quick, because I can, detect magic.
Yeah, I think that just lets you find a thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's something under the bed.
There's something under there. Underneath this bed. Do you want to take a look or shall I?
I can't see it, so
Fair point. And Salim will walk forward and poke his head under the bed.
All right. Under the bed, there are several discarded velvet bags. While most of them are empty, you kind of like find one that has some remnants of this sort of gray mud-like substance on the inside.
Ooh.
It is definitely a very minor magic. It's probably more like an alchemy.
Okay. I grab the bags and hold one up to Vestian. Look familiar at all? Is this something we should know about?
I have no idea.
You can roll me an herbalism if you want to figure it out.
I
Okay.
do want to figure it out.
Or for
Survival?
no, it'd be nature.
Nature. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay as Salim is.
Yeah, you don't know what this is, but you have it now.
We shouldn't have let our other two party members be the distraction. We should have traded places. Anyways,
Even is good on drums.
we should hold on to this for now, yeah?
Yeah, is this similar to what you saw in his ears?
It's got some kind of aura about it. I don't know, but it must be related, right?
Oh, I completely. It's actually divination, not divination.
Transmutation?
Abjuration, the
Ooh.
shieldy one.
Ooh.
I'm looking at the actual item now.
It's not the same, but it's him hiding more magic.
Both of them should be abjuration.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
It's the same.
I'm retconning.
No, you're good. You're good. It's the same thing. Whatever it is, it's what he shoved in there earlier.
Yeah, no, I would take it.
Okay, and I
And then
will
we'll-
stash it.
Then we'll put the room back the way it was, and
Try to close it.
you just
There's
see him
no
take the
handle.
hammer and he just like knocks several things down. Now it looks like a break-in, and he Closes the door.
I love that. Like, yeah, Salim like leans over to blow out a candle. Just as we left it. Okay. Okay. That team thing, not so much.
It's a good thing that there is some banging pots and pans.
No, you see, like a thief would blow the candle out as well. You don't want to give them an alert from a distance that someone was here. Then when he turns the candle on, he'll see that everything's knocked over, and he'll be like, "Who stole things in my room? What brigand? Blah 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 blah." You know.
You're getting better at bullshitting.
Thanks. I learned it from watching you.
Oh, the nicest thing you've ever said about me. Legitimately.
Wasn't. Whatever. Do you think Ren would know more about that? And he like motions towards the bag of mud.
Of course. Her or Cardis have to have some sort of knowledge about what this is. Let's go tell them to put it into the show and figure it out.
Perhaps not here, though.
Yes, I'd say away from the crime scene is the best place to look into the stolen item.
Good. I agree.
How long is your guys' set on stage?
I think we're just gonna go like, I think at first it was just sort of like until we basically saw them coming down the stairs. I was gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
But I
6
think
We're
hours.
bonding now, so at least a solid while.
Yeah,
We
yeah, we're
forget
really
that this is a
into it, like,
distraction.
we got this really good groove going,
Yeah.
We're like blowing off each other. There's some improv going on.
There's
When
some
you guys-
sweet drum what do you call it? Drum solos.
Drum solos, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Pot solo.
Stick fills.
When you guys are done, there's a mix of like cheers and people sad that you're done, and you hear one guy's like, "We should really get a musician in here on staff."
Yeah. So we wait, and well, like I'll basically wait until like they've come back down, and then a little past that, so it doesn't look super obvious like we're stopping immediately when they come downstairs.
We stole this.
All right, so you guys
We're super
reconvene
badass.
outside. It is currently, I'm gonna say night. Like the sun has just set, but it's early because you're in what's effectively Iceland and it's autumn, so the sun goes down at like 5 p.m.
It's true.
So
Yeah, so I think we head back to like, I don't know, probably in the vicinity of like our lodgings.
Okay. yeah, that's actually like on the other side of town, but it's not a big town. You can walk there.
Yeah. We'd want to be as far away as possible, right, from the crime scene.
Oh yeah.
Celine,
Yeah,
show
but we
what you
can
found.
leave kind of casually.
Celine, show them what you found.
Oh yeah. Whenever we get back, I will reveal this strange alchemical kind of thing to them.
Yep.
And explain that it is the same magic that was coming out of Henrik's ears.
Does Ren and or Cardis want to give me a check on that?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give it a shot.
Yeah.
So it's nature or herbalism.
Nature or herbalism?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm gonna say. Oh, go ahead.
Did that do a thing?
Wow.
I think Ren's staring at this and then looks over at it. She's staring at the item that she got before.
I think the two of you would be much more familiar with this than the other two for one major reason. This is called wake mud. I'm going to show to players. It's a gray mud-like substance that can be placed in a creature's ears to receive the effects of protection from evil and good for 1 hour. Typically, it becomes very addictive to people who are awakening to dreamer powers because they use it to keep the dreams out.
So like how Ren dreams or is in this like dreamlike state, is it like that?
So
The witch?
it's people who are becoming dreamers, people who are realizing that they have this dreamer magic to them. Sometimes they don't know that. It's not something you naturally know. So they will use this thing to like, maybe they ask someone else, right? Like, hey, I'm hearing all these voices. Put it in your ears. Keep the dreams out. You may have dabbled with this as the whispered Cardis. This
Yeah.
may be familiar to you.
Yeah, I'm I've seen this before. They've tried it on me with my nightmares.
So, do you think this is what's causing his aggression? Or do you think by taking it away, we let the voices in and we're causing more aggression?
This is a tiny little bit of like it's a remnant basically. Like he'd used the rest of it, and this is just like a residue.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he used too much or something is what we would know. Like we
Yes.
know if using
Yeah.
that would be like a side effect. Okay.
Yeah, if he used too much, or it is becoming less effective, that can be frustrating. His nightmares may be very bad. And hard to say, but could be this. It's certainly a factor. Certainly a factor.
So, what's the course of action now? Do we go to your father with this, Vestian? Do we confront him directly? Do we go speak to someone else?
What if we
He put-
suggest a bath? 2 birds, 1 clean stone.
Yes. Get
You're
him.
muted.
I don't think that applies to the current situation, but I agree that he's a disgusting mongrel.
But if he is watched over, cared for, while he learns to deal with what he is hearing, he may find wisdom in it.
So, Ethan, there's nothing wrong with being a dreamer, right?
Nothing inherently, like, not with being a dreamer. It's the sort of like potential destruction of it. It's like someone who has a gun, right? Guns aren't inherently evil. It's
Right.
how you use it, and or whether or not you know you have a gun.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you have a surprise gun, that's always
That's just bad news.
bad news. Is there a way, like, so, like the whispered thing that Cardis has, is that a known thing, or is that completely like foreign?
It's
Like conceptually, I mean.
it's not like completely alien. Like if people are like, oh, I hear voices and they tell me to do stuff, people are like, you shouldn't listen to those voices.
Yeah. Okay. But it's not like, I wouldn't be like, oh, how is there a way to tell between people that hear voices and people that are dreamers, right? It's not that common that I would make that assumption. Okay. But there's nothing wrong with being a dreamer, just he needs to find help.
Correct.
Okay.
Do you know anyone? Do you have a grandmother, an aunt, or someone who would, an uncle, someone who would be very strict with them and who would watch over them without allowing them to fall back into the bad habits?
Well, Torek would, but I don't know that he's the best for the job. He's got a lot on his plate. Do we have, like, other dreamers in town? Or is, like, you said, like these guys are the magic people, right? Salim and Ren were, like, the big...
Well, they're the people who know about magic as a concept.
Yeah.
You know of one other dreamer in town, and that would be Asim, who is the apprentice
Yes.
of the Speaker of Earth.
Oh, yeah, he's the rat folk, right?
The young ratfolk boy, the speaker, the first of his kind.
Yes, Joseph's apprentice.
Oh, well, maybe we should speak to him.
Yes.
See if he would be willing to help. Willing to help Henrik, but Henrik.
Yes, I feel as though we should talk to him and then bring him to my father. Get them all in a room, and then we'll approach Henrik
Right.
with the course of action. It's not like he can adventure anyway. He's got an injury. And he's an ass.
Yes, of course.
Wait, being an ass prevents you from being an adventurer? And he just looks Vestian up and down.
It should, shouldn't it?
Onwards.
If you're gonna find a scene, he actually has his own sort of like rooms in the sort of center of town. It's
Mhm.
the apartments. Both he and his water compatriot Helena both live there. Normally, when the speakers are in town, they would also live there, but they aren't here. So you can find a scene. He's currently. You knock on. You can see a little light in his window and there's shutters.
Asim,
Ah! You hear like some books drop.
are you shouting? Asim, we have a question for you.
You see Asim. He kind of opens the door. He's dressed in like a mixture of like furs and silks. The furs because it's cold. The silks because they're very like he's got some like old national pride. He believes in the rat folk as keeping their sort of culture alive. But he's like, oh hey, Vesden, hey, what's up?
If I recall correctly, you're...
Come inside. It's cold. It's cold.
Okay.
I got a fire.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And he walks in.
These are like normal, Norman-sized buildings. So, like you guys are fine.
He just
It's not
happens
a
to be
rat.
very small. Yeah. It's not a warren.
Well, the rat folk have a warren.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that map, but you can
I
see like
did.
a big cluster of buildings. That's where they keep. They do that mostly to keep themselves warm. Because if you have all the houses next to each other, they don't have to use as much energy heating it.
It's pretty smart.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, you're a dreamer, yes?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
What do you? And he kind of like looks back and forth to Salim and Ren. I'm sorry, this isn't my forte, but what do you know about training other dreamers, or a dreamer waking, or I don't know.
We have a friend who is trying to suppress it, and it's making it worse, and he needs help.
Oh. I mean, I only know a little bit of it because, you know, I'm going through that training kind of right now. You know, you gotta learn how to dream right. Gotta have those good dreams. You gotta put lots of positivity in your life.
Who's teaching you?
I don't know what
Yosef
anything
was.
saying.
Hasn't in a while. Should really check on him.
If you check on him, could you ask him to help our friend?
I'm not supposed to bother him.
Could you train him with what you know?
Oh, how serious is it? What state is he exhibiting magical abilities? Is he altering reality? Is he
Stuffing his ears full of dirt.
Wake mud, I believe they called it.
Oh,
Like I said, he's trying to suppress it, and it's making it worse, so we don't know what he can do.
He's already nearly killed one person.
ooh.
But you could save the next one.
Yeah. I mean, you can't teach someone who wants to not be it.
Well, then, can you make it go away?
Oh, that's not something you can do.
So he has to want to accept this for there to be any progression.
Right.
Okay, now, can you say all of that to my dad?
Toric?
Yes.
I mean, I could.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Oh, let me get my shoes on.
There's no time! No.
Ren's
Fuck-
like,
fuck
you have a nice
shoes.
home, as she walks out.
Yeah. Let me double check something.
Yeah, so I say we wait for him to put his shoes on, and then we bring
Yeah.
him to see Toric. Toric Clivebjorn.
Yeah. Something else. Do. Okay, so you're gonna bring this evidence before Torberg.
Yeah. I mean, we have the bag of dirt, and we have like a reputable person who knows what the hell this means.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
and Cardis and Ren to explain.
And two magical foreigners and Cardis as well to be a, important voice.
So after this sort of conversation, Torg's in his big armchair at the top of the hall, just kind of sitting there, and you see Asim kind of relaying this information to him, and Torg mostly just like scratching his head. And then once that conversation kind of ends, he's like, "So what you're telling me is you want to make my boy do something against his will?"
With any luck, he'll do it willingly. He'll want to control it. He won't want to let it take him over. Trust me, we know something about magic taking over a person. Looks at Ren.
Ren will take a step forward, and you just kind of see her like scratching her arm and looking around. I killed 2 people in my village because I didn't know what I could do or how to control it. And then I found Salim. And now he's my only family, and he helps me control it. So your son could have really cool powers and learn to control them, or lash out and kill people, maybe even you. And she just steps back and just kind of puts her head down.
Kind of thinks on it for a second. We could call a judgment. For the natives here, a judgment is basically their court system, which is sort of a forced audience, where if you have some sort of gripe or disagreement or that sort of thing, you can call both parties in, they present evidence, that sort of thing. It almost 100% ends in a fight. Because the Normans believe, like I said, the Normans do believe in freedom. They believe in being given the choice to make choices.
So this is like Law and Order, but like Law and Orcs or something. Law and something. Law and Chaos.
Dateline, Hostad.
So, because it kind of sounds like you guys are saying that he might almost need to get sent to Hoxayord.
I would face him.
Kind of reaches out and like pats you on the shoulder. All right, we'll do this.
I eat shit so hard.
Right. So, at this point, what evidence do you guys have against him?
We have the remnants of the wake mud still available.
Yep.
I mean, we have
The
details around town of how aggressive he's been. Sorry, go ahead.
The other person he attacked.
And personal experience. Like with magic and with it, seeing what could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Also the magic vision that he was using. I guess that's just...
If there's anyone else in town, I could point out the detect magic thing. If there's anyone else capable of doing that, I could explain that to somebody, but I don't know if there is anyone else capable of doing that here.
So this is sort of what happens. The judgment is called. People get really excited about this because it's a big event, and like I said, it usually ends in a fight. So they call, a bunch of people hear about this, and eventually word gets out that it finally gets to Henrik, who, when he gets here, kind of like kicks open the door and just like marches in with his buddies. There's 3 of them, if it makes a difference. And they kind of like march in. He's like, "Dude, what are you doing? What are you trying to spread rumors? You want to fight me? Is that what you want to do?" Kind of looking at Veston.
Yes. No, wait. Shit. No, you have a problem and you need help. And if you don't choose the right path for yourself, and he kind of like looks back and forth to Salim and Ren, he's like, then we will choose the right path for you, for the good of Hostad, so you don't hurt anyone or yourself.
So it's finally come down to this, huh?
And to do so, I'm going to hurt you.
and kind of smiles at the thought. All right, what do you got for me? What have I done wrong? What is wrong with me?
I accuse you of being a dreamer.
Kind of the crowd goes. What evidence do you have? Hmm?
Well, you have this hiding beneath your bed, and it's the it's the wig.
In my head, by the way, how this scene always goes.
Kathy
Is
Griffith.
it's a Viking version of Phoenix Wright.
Objection.
Wow.
It's just
Now you're
Steve
out of
Hines and
order.
people like,
Now I can just see with like the horns. And, you're out of order.
yeah.
With the hand coming out like, way out there.
Except there's no like thing to slam. It's just you guys are kind of standing in the middle of a room.
It's just a flagon.
Yeah. So yeah, that's there's like murmurings,
Mhm.
and he's just like, that isn't what? And then I imagine one of you can like point it out because it's in his ears, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like wash it out.
I think Ren would walk up and just kind of poke at his ear a little bit
He
and just, why is that in there?
doesn't let you do that.
Why is that in there then?
Okay, so what? Maybe
I like to exfoliate.
yeah, whatever that is. However, you guys are gonna need a couple more points than that. There's actually I have a checklist of things that you could do.
Mm-hmm. And we've
Okay,
done
hold
none
on.
of them.
Huh?
What about
None of
the
them.
what about the victim?
Technically not a victim. That's just been
No, he was training with somebody and he beat them up.
that's just normal. That it seemed weird, but they can't point to that as
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, he didn't magically beat him up.
You could try to ask the crowd.
yeah.
If there's anyone amongst them that was injured.
Yeah. I'll try that.
You can go and roll me a persuasion or intimidation.
Okay.
Step forward.
I think I'll go with
By the
persuade.
way, because you guys are working as a team, so you can get help.
Oh yes, I would love to help out if I can. Yeah.
So what exactly do you say to get someone to step forward?
Is there anyone in this room who knows him, who can speak for the strange behavior?
Then you see a couple people just yeah, I've seen him do some weird stuff lately. He goes off into the middle of the night, comes back. It's not right to be going out into the fields at night. And then some other people kind of yeah, that's weird as hell.
Into the fields in the middle of the night. This is quite out of the ordinary. What are you doing out there, Henrik?
All right. So you guys at this point have 3 points.
I think Ren, while she's really close to him and they're all talking, she's just kind of staring in his ear and looking him over. And she's just,
Oh wait, no. You guys technically have all 5 points you need.
Okay.
You can, go ahead. More is better.
yeah, I think she would just, everyone's kind of attacking him. I saw him doing weird stuff, blah, blah, blah. And she just kind of looks at him and is like, there's nothing wrong with being a dreamer. Sometimes it's a positive thing. And the sooner that you learn how to control it, the better your life will be. And people will stop pointing their fingers like children. And she looks back, shaking her hand at people because they're just berating this poor guy who's going through a lot.
He's like, no, that is not me. I'm not this person. I deny it.
I think Vestian kind of walks down. He holds the hammer still because of course he does, but in a very diminished manner, and he walks towards Hedrick, and he says, less douchey than normal, brother, you are a great warrior of Hostad, but you have sustained an injury. You have a gift given to you by the gods, why would you not foster that gift and use it to better yourself and the town? Why wouldn't, if a warrior can use every sinew and every muscle and every weapon at his disposal, why would you not hone this like a blade and use it for the good of Hostad? Why would you run from a new weapon?
You can see his eyes, kind of like a dark, like almost like if he was crying, black mist, kind of drift from underneath his eyes. Because you're like right up on him now, and he's kind of like pushes you back. He says, "I will show you that I have honed this, that I have control. Come." And he draws his great axe.
Oh, we about to throw down?
We will do this as men, as they are supposed to. I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you wish to fight as a team or solo? So basically, it could be 1-on-1 or it could be 4-on-4.
I think Ren would like push people back, the crowd back, and take a step back and let the brothers fight this out. That's what she's doing. She's trying to get the crowd people back so no one gets a backswing in the face.
Okay.
I dig it.
All right. I'm gonna. I suppose I should move you over then.
Yeah, you guys can join. She's not joining this.
Fuck yeah.
She wants to see the cool shit that's about to go down.
Oh, this is family resolution. It's family resolution, man.
All right, I have 2 advantages and a nat 20 from chat. Get wrecked.
Oh gosh, am I missing a piece? I sure am missing a piece.
Let's see here.
Oh wait, no, I'm not. I did clever things that I forgot about. There we go.
Ooh, neat.
Then I need to pull you on here. Yeah, you guys are gonna scrap.
Nice.
I dig it.
Come on, Vestian. You are a great warrior. It is true, and that does sound sarcastic, and it's not meant to be. I'm trying to be sincere to encourage you.
Well, fuck.
Token there.
Bad start.
Yeah. Oh, I need to clear this initiative.
I have 3 influence on Henrik.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ren
3
Ren
renown.
a coin and just like nudges Salim and points towards the brother, and then gives it to him.
It'd be great if you could roll like a 1, Ethan.
I mean, that is always an option. It's an option I don't know if I took.
Well, not much better.
Okay. And then go ahead and click on it, so. Okay. I'm gonna sort that. I'm gonna let you know right now, if you have anything that is not obviously cheating, like Bardic Inspiration, totally game.
Oh, look. I'll stop you beforehand. I'll put my hand.
As the sort of the center of the room starts to clear out, and you're
Yeah.
gonna pep talk him real quick.
Yeah. And I went and found some metal lyrics, so I can actually give you some good.
Nice.
So, gather all your pain and suffering, turn them into strength and weaponry to overcome the enemy. Come face to face with that war that rages within you. Who can take that pain away? Only you.
Oh, that is metal and inspirational, like simultaneously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Fuck
right.
yeah.
So
There's your bardic inspiration.
Dope.
this fight uses special rules
Does
called crowd disposition. If the crowd likes you, which they currently do, you get +1 to attack and damage.
Sweet. Do they like both of us?
Huh?
Do they like both of us? Just me.
Just you, because
Yes.
you won the debate.
Awesome.
So he's currently at no benefits, and it probably won't come into effect because you get more points. Like if you knock someone unconscious, you get a point. If you kill someone who surrendered, you lose a point.
Yep.
If you heal, you lose a point. So yeah, that you have a bonus basically.
What's the word on spells?
You can use that's part of you. That's part of your
Perfect.
but it's specifically healing.
Okay.
People are like, boo, healing!
I don't do a lot of that, so we're fine.
No, you're fine. Yeah, so, you know, he's kind of pushed you away.
Can I... Is there something I can cast on him before he goes in?
Do you have, like, a concentration spell that you can cast on him?
I do.
What is it?
Uh,
No one else would be able to notice.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Heroism? Alright, so you have...
So my, bonus is 3.
3.
So you have 3 temp hit points.
So you get 3 hit points, 3 temporary hit points at the start of each of your turns.
Nice.
Alright. He is going to, however, swing at you. With this great axe.
Miss.
And miss!
Get wrecked.
Just a big whiff!
Yeah.
And that actually makes him angry, and he rages.
Perfect.
He has entered a rage. You can see the the dark smoke kind of like rising up off of him now.
Gross. Okay. Yeah, he looks back to him, and he says, "Brother, just surrender now. You're in a weakened state. This would be an embarrassment to our house." And I cast Sanctuary on myself, which I just realized recently isn't even a concentration spell, which is fucking insane. Yeah, so he has to make a wisdom saving throw every time he hits me, and either succeeds or just stands there like a dumbass. And it's a DC 13. That's a bonus action. Oh, go ahead.
You can't attack while it's up.
Can't I?
If you attack, it immediately dismisses the spell. If the warded creature makes an attack or casts a spell that affects an enemy creature, this spell ends.
Oh, damn it. I didn't read
Ren
that
starts
part.
booing.
I didn't read that part. It helps if
wanna
you
take that back?
yeah, it helps if you read your whole spell.
Sure does.
Okay. I do cast, in that case, Shield of Faith, which is a bonus action. And that is concentration. And then I'm going to smash him with the hammer, because why not add insult to injury?
So you're not using your shield right now.
The hammer, the mauls are mauls two-handed?
Two-handed. Yep.
They are two-handed. Yeah. So I have an 18 AC still. And
You've been talking about how big your maul is all episode. Of course it is, man.
you goddamn right. Yeah, and I have a +1 to this, so this would be whatever it is, +1.
Yep.
Boom. 13.
13 might not be enough.
Plus a
You got the bardic
D6.
inspiration, yeah.
You can't inspiration.
Plus 1d6.
That is a hit.
14.
It's a hit.
Get
You're
wrecked.
good.
Eight bludgeoning damage. They just overhead swing right towards him.
All right. He kind of stumbles back a little bit, and then he's going for the. He's doing the barbarian thing, because that's what he is.
Yeah.
He's reckless attacking.
I like it.
So he's gonna get that good advantage.
18 is the number you're going for.
21.
You got it.
9 slashing damage.
You got it.
So you can just subtract 3 from that, because you're going to get that every turn.
Yeah.
He's only got the 1 attack.
Yep.
So just to shorthand that.
Perfect.
Yeah. Now he smashes you good with the axe. Like, you kind of block most of it with the maul, but it still bruises your shoulders a little bit from the force of it. He is, if nothing else, he is strong. He has always been a strong boy.
Yeah.
If not strong apart.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna hit him with the crit. I'm gonna drop one of my crits on him.
All right.
And it deals 10 damage.
All right. 10 damage it is.
And I regain 3 temporary hit points.
Yeah. And that one kind of spins him a little bit.
Good. Get wrecked. And then I just kind of sink back into a defensive stance.
He's realized that reckless attack was a bad idea. It's just gonna normal attack. And
7 misses.
completely whiff.
Nice. I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to just have a hit squad. Bam! Advantage. I'm using one of my donated advantages.
Okay, that's a crit.
11 damage. That's not 11, that's 12. 12 damage.
12 damage.
Get wrecked. And again, he just hits him in the shoulder to make him kind of drop, and he says, "Just yield."
you do that, and out of where the hammer hits, that dark mist explodes and like turns into spears and comes at you.
Oh boy.
He's casting the what's the Hellish Rebuke,
Oh boy.
which you need to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Well, 10.
How does 13 damage sound?
Like I'm at 4 hit points. And now at 3 more temporary hit points, so a total of 7.
So about that healing thing,
Yep.
is it if anyone heals him?
Probably.
Like maybe
Yep.
if someone discreetly heals him?
Yep.
Can Ren yell out to his brother and be like, "Don't you see that you can't control this? He's your brother," and she's just yelling at him, like, "You're killing him."
Because it is his turn, and he's going to turn around and shout at Ren. Just, I am control! Like, completely missing words. He just is control.
Mhm.
But that is enough time for Vestin to kind of, like, get your bearings again, and you can take another swing.
Yeah. Disadvantage to the brother. Okay, cool. Yeah, as soon as he like turns around to yell at Ren, he reaches his hand out and like touches him on the back. And I am gonna drop inflict wounds on him for a 14.
Yep.
And he's gonna take 15 necrotic damage.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You kill your brother.
No, I would not kill my brother.
Okay. So you're just gonna, like, pacify him, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, if that's enough to bring him down,
Yes.
yeah. So like he turns to yell, "I am control," and like that was a pretty hefty blow he dealt me, right? So like I reach up and I reach like the large part, like his shoulder blades. I place my hand there, and you can see like out from where my hand goes, you just see like black vines kind of reach around his chest, and you see all of the thorns kind of protrude at once and just wrap him and almost bind him until he like crumples down like a whimpering baby. And then he like stands above him and he says again, like as if he hasn't won yet, "Just yield. It'll be better for everyone."
I'm gonna add one note. Just before you did that, it also looked like Henry was about to charge at Ren in the audience.
She wasn't scared.
Yeah, no, obviously not.
Yeah. And now
But-
he's a fucking noodle, so no
Now
problem.
he's a noodle.
And he just kind of like crumples, and you can even like because it's necrotic damage, and that's just how I always do it. His veins kind of start protruding a little bit. You can see like the bluishness of him,
Yeah.
and he's still alive, but he's just like glass-eyed, lying on the ground.
And I think while he's lying there, like Vestian pulls his hand away, right? Because he like lowers him to the ground, and then you see all the vines retract, and he like mumbles a quick prayer to the lady, and then looks up to Torek and he says, "Do you see?"
He gives like a very slow nod, and you have won, my son. Yeah, take him downstairs. We'll have him secured. We'll see what we can do in the meantime.
I think at that point, like Vestian walks over to like the high chair, right, the high table, and he like places the maul, the hammer down and like leans it on the table, and then walks back, and he's one of the people that carries Hedrick.
You guys take him down into like the cellar area to like one of like the fully stone rooms.
Mhm.
Throw some like furs and blankets down there for him, but it's a secure room. So basically, they're gonna do a round of what's that called? Detox.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
He seems like he needs
Okay.
it.
See what they can do after that.
I think Ren would introduce his dad to the guy who can help him.
The problem is, Hoxayord is on another part of the island. Like, it's another island. So you can't actually get there. That's why you guys are still currently in town. It's because you haven't been able to get back yet.
Oh well, even if he could just help him, the guy who's in. What's the guy's name? I'm sorry.
That's Asim.
Oh, Asim. Yeah.
Asim. She would, if she's here, he's here. She would introduce him to the father and be like, he knows about what's going on. If you want to ask him questions, he's willing to help, type thing.
Yeah, Asim's here, kind of like he's helping with that sort of process. He's the one that's like, yeah, we need to get the wake mud out of the system, see what's actually going on.
Okay.
All that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's possibly what we call it for the night.
Yeah, no, that seems like a fucking good
Nice.
ending. Yeah, so I kicked his ass.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking champ. Salim, for the record, I am a warrior.
Yeah, you definitely kicked his ass. Chat, thank you for all the donations you gave.
You're welcome for distracting him.
All me, guys. Me the whole time. No one
Definitely
helped but me. Listen, you gotta cast that ego magic somehow, guys. It was 110% me. No one ever helped anything. I am the best. And with that, let's go around and introduce our cast and crew, get your thoughts on the game, and then get the heck out of here and host one of our friends. So we'll start with Ethan. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of episode 2?
Hello, I'm Ethan / Super Robot Bear on the Twitter. I thought that was great. You guys did, the ending of the first adventure, and you're starting on the second part. You guys, for the record, have done. I think this is honor, out of the sort of listing of the book. Book 2 is strength, honor, and the last one, courage. That's the last one. So look forward to strength and courage next time.
Can't wait.
You can find me on Twitter. That's where I talk about all the stuff I do. I recently posted just a weird thought that most adventurers in their lifetime only ever own one pair of clothes.
Huh.
That's true.
Speaking of smelly people.
Unless you take the charlatan background,
True.
which gives you a full set of clothes and a completely different personality.
Yep.
But that adventurer only owns one set of clothes.
Nobles get a suit of fancy clothes too.
True. Sweet. Let's jump right over to Miss Ginger Ninja. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of this episode?
I'm Xmas Ginger Ninja pretty much everywhere. I really liked tonight's episode. It was nice sitting back and just casting Silent Judgment on these two brothers
That's her preferred spell.
who are disasters, and it was fun. Yeah, she feels like she doesn't, isn't appreciated, but it's fine. I just distract him.
It's hard being this awesome all the time. So, Perfect. Let's go over to Bird. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of tonight's episode?
Hey, I am Bird vs. Plane on Twitch and Twitter. You can find me on my own channel. You can find me on Encounter Roleplay. You can find me on Tall Squall's channel. And you can find me at Bird in the Storm Publishing. You can find me a lot of places. Just follow me on Twitter to keep up. I had a lot of fun. I actually really, really enjoyed the downtime and just kind of getting to know more about our characters and just kind of figure out who they are as people. This was a fun one. We all survived somehow. So let's see how long that lasts. Courage. I think at courage, we're going to lose one.
Think so? Is it because no one's courageous, or...?
That's exactly the reason.
Perfect. And on that bombshell, Maddie, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of today's episode?
I'm Mad Fishmonger. You can find me on the internet as Mad Fishmonger. And you can find my shop on Etsy called the Mad Fish Market. And I thought it was good. I like the downtime. I like giving us a moment to kind of figure out who we are and what we're about, and what sort of things we do. I am apparently a far more chill frat boy than I thought. So I guess I'm the chill frat boy in the frat house.
You're the frat boy writing stories and songs. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
Super
And then
zen
at
frat
night-
boy.
And then
Yeah,
at
the
night
goth
being
one.
metal.
with the eyeliner. Yeah.
Perfect. I can see this. I have a full picture now. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you, chat, for hanging out here. Go check these guys out on their various social medias. Before we get the hell out of here, I will remind you guys we are sponsored. Our entire season is sponsored by Dice of Rolling. Go check those guys out. They are a full set of polyhedral dice that have all their numbers quantitative for 5th edition. If you want to roll that fireball, scoop up those dice, roll that fireball, and do that. Same thing for that. Sweet, sweet Witch Bolt level 2, 3, and 4. All kinds of cool stuff. Go check those guys out. Save a little bit of money. Kick them back to the show. And with that, we're going to go raid our friend Scraticus, who's currently playing Curse of Strahd, I think. So go check him out. He's a lovely British person. And so is his wife. She's just adorable. Go check those guys out, and we'll get the heck out of here from all of us, you guys. Bye-bye.